Well, police in Jordan have shut down the Muslim Brotherhood's headquarters in Jordan's capital, Amman. No reason has been given for the closure, but the order is believed to have come from the city's governor's office. Jordan's Brotherhood split in 2014 with the formation of a new, more moderate and officially licensed branch. Now, it was the headquarters of the original movement that were targeted in Wednesday's raid.
This is a step of escalation against the Muslim Brotherhood. We don't know the reasons and the political motivation for this act, but there is no doubt that the Muslim Brotherhood are being exposed to government pressure, and these government steps are not in line with the law and against what they are claiming in terms of applying democracy and political dialogue.
Well, for more on this story, Daoud Kuttab joins me now from Amman. He's a writer for the Middle East news website Al Monitor. Thanks so much for joining us. First, help us understand what's actually happening here.
Thank you.
The Muslim Brotherhood has existed peacefully in Jordan for decades. So why have authorities just closed this office today?
Well, there has been a split within the Muslim Brotherhood movement. There has been, as you said earlier, a more moderate branch and a more hawkish branch. And the government seems to have discovered lately that the more hawkish branch has never been licensed. And so they have licensed the other branch, the more moderate branch. And as a result, this original group that actually in the majority of supporters it has now been closed because the government says they are illegal and they are not licensed. The issue is much wider than just illegality. The issue is the retraction of support in the region for Muslim Brotherhood, and I think it has been reflected in this split that the Muslim Brotherhood says is instigated by the government. The government says we have nothing to do with it. It was an internal split within the movement, and that the original movement was never licensed and that they have to be licensed.
So why has there been a retraction of support, as you said it, of the Muslim Brotherhood in the region?
Well, I think it has to do with the rise of the Sisi government, the retraction of Morsi government, the strong support from Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates to the Sisi government, and as a result, this has affected small countries like Jordan, which depends a lot on financial aid and support, and also because of the relationship Jordan has with the regional countries, including Israel and international countries like the U.S. So a small country like Jordan cannot bear being on the wrong side of its major donors like Saudi Arabia and the U.S.
Can the Muslim Brotherhood survive, not just in Jordan, but in the region as a whole, do you think?
I think as a regional or national movement, international movement, I think it's in bad shape. I think they need to kind of rethink their ideology, their policy. They need to come up with some new vision that does not go against what the majority of the public wants. It's not just the governments that are against them. There's a lot of people who feel that they are still too backward and too restricted and conservative in their thinking, that they're unable to deal with the modern world, unable to accept other points of view, unable to deal with plurality and pluralism and diversity which the world today accepts. So I think they need to refresh themselves, and they need to think of a new vision and a new strategy if they want to be accepted in this region.
Okay, Daoud Kuttab, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for that, sharing your insight from Amman, Jordan.